Good morning. So this is Confessions of a Middle-Aged Yogi. My name is Monique Ducharme-Pullen. This is basically like a real account of my journey through yoga, starting from when I got on my mat until now. I started when I was 40, so that's only 6 years ago. And it's been quite the journey. Today's installment takes us to where I decided that I was going to take a teacher training. And the teacher training was offered through the studio that I was basically studying at. The teacher training was with Nikki Doan and Eddie Modestini, Maya Yoga. Nikki and Eddie are both really well-known yogis, very, very, very good teachers. For my first teacher training, I think I chose the absolute right teachers for me because they're very foundational, and that's what I needed. I not only needed that to learn how to teach myself, but also in my own practice. I needed to get a little bit more grounded. So the teacher training basically went from January through April, one weekend of every month. They would travel here. Eddie came the first month with Nikki, and then after that it was Nikki herself. I sort of jumped in at the halfway through point because it was a 200-hour teacher training, and I started up for the second 100 hours. Now, you can teach after 100 hours if you feel ready, I guess. So basically, jumping into it was a big deal, but I didn't really hesitate or look back. I just did it. It felt right, and I felt like it was something that I really needed to do at this point in my life. I was absolutely loving my yoga journey, loving my practice. I had gone deeper into it because I had broken my foot training for the Boston Marathon, and I wasn't able to run anymore. And so I would literally take my little booty in to the practice room with me and put it off to the side, practice as much as I could, and then come back to my boot later. So I was healed up pretty much from my injury right before the teacher training started. So perfect timing. So kind of a big deal to step into a room full of people that I had taken classes from. Like, you're talking Susie Newson, Laura Martini, Shauna Nyros, Chelsea Ray, Barb Van Heusen, Elise Dunn, Marlene Weller. Like, there was just so many there. It was intimidating enough just to be in that room with them, but knowing that at some point I was going to have to lead the practice was it was pretty scary. So this was my introduction into a 5-minute down dog, which in itself is a challenge. If you don't have the proper mat and you're slipping, it's definitely a lot more challenging. And this is when I sort of started to realize this shit is getting real. It's happening. So anyway, so over the 4 months, my practice is getting stronger. Deep down inside, did I really feel like I was going to be ready to teach? Not at all, actually. I was nervous about talking in front of a group of people. Definitely scared to have to lead any type of teaching to the people that were in the room, like any poses, any sun salutations, anything. So Nikki was really good at giving us all the options of teaching, like if we felt ready during that time that she was here, so that particular weekend of the month, then she would let us. So I think I was either the third weekend or I might have been the very last weekend. And I knew it was coming because there was only a few of us left that hadn't taught to the group. And as we're practicing and we know that it's coming, you can feel the anticipation, and you can feel the just how it's very extremely nerve-wracking and scary. I'm just going to tell you that. And no matter how much teaching experience you have, teaching in front of your teacher and teaching in front of a group of teachers is even more nerve-wracking. But you know what? She called my name. I did it. And I actually felt pretty good after. The feedback was pretty good. She always gives feedback Feedback was good, but I think what was most important was me stepping out of my box, getting rid of that fear that I had of actually having to get up there in front of a group of people and instruct something that I was so unsure of, so unclear on exactly if I was doing it right, if I was, had the right voice tone, was I leading, was I guiding, was I being direct enough with my cues. So many things to think about. But you know what? In the end, I did it. And honestly, what I'm trying to say through all of this is that if you follow and lead with your heart and your gut and not keep on putting it on the back burner. So don't keep on saying to yourself, you know what, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. I'll get to it. When it comes right down to it, if you want it, you just go after it and you do it. No thinking about what might happen or how it may look or how it may sound. Just go out there and do it, because that's the only way. That's a game changer. And the teacher training was a game changer for me. A game changer in my self-confidence. And as you'll see when we get further through this, that teacher training led me to another teacher training with Nikki and Eddie when I went to Maui the following October. So that's going to be my next video. So please stay tuned, and thank you. I teach here in Kelowna at my own home studio called Purity Yoga, and I teach at Moksha and teach kids yoga there. So have a great day. Namaste.